Hey, what's going on everyone? Sam here from Lake Pro Tackle. Guys, this video is gonna be my top 5 baits for the month of February. You know, February, almost in that pre-spawn time, water temps are starting to rise. Water clarity might be dirtying up just a little bit. Water hopefully will be rising as well, so those fish are gonna be pushing shallow, looking to move around to the backs of the coves and stuff. So we're gonna try to hit them right on the head with these baits here. If you enjoy the content, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and hop into it, guys. Before we get into some of the baits, guys, I want to talk about the Lake Pro program, where we've got awesome fishing reports on our website for free, lakeprotackle.com. You can find all of those there. If you're interested in becoming a reporter for us, a Lake Pro, y'all can save up to 30% on your purchases in-store and online. We're looking to expand outside of Texas, so if you are interested, hit us up, shoot a comment down below, give us a call, email, let us know. We can get you set up, guys. You know, we love helping y'all out, and we love helping the fishing community out as a whole. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into my first lure here. We're gonna start with some of the moving baits. I've got 3 moving baits and then 2 that you can just drag around, fish different ways. All right, guys, we're gonna hop into our first bait. This one right here, this is the Rapala DT8. The DT8 is relatively new. You know, they had the DT6 and then it jumped directly to a 10 for whatever reason. The 8 here is a nice middle ground. It's a nice smaller profile than that 10, but it can still get down to those deeper depth ranges. What I really love about Rapala baits is that depending on your line size, it can really determine how deep this bait runs. Sometimes on 10-pound line, I can get this bait down into around 11, almost 12 foot of water. And a lot of the times, if I go up in line size, I can put this right at 8. So if you're interested in one of these, you can find all these baits at lakeprotackle.com. They're gonna be linked right below the video here. My favorite color right now in this springtime is gonna be the mule color. You know, I talked about this in another video. Color has a lot to do with how many bites you're gonna get on the water. You know, if you're throwing the wrong color, you're probably just not gonna get bit. This one here, this mule color, is great resemblance of a molting craw. You know, it's a nice pale color right after their first molt. They're gonna be this nice bright orange color. And as the season progresses, that water gets warmer, they're gonna darken up more and more and more. And then, you know, you're gonna throw more of your green pumpkins, your dark browns, your dark reds, stuff like that. So this DT8 in Mule by Rapala is gonna be my number 1. I love throwing these around points. You can go down rocky banks, you can fish it in the grass, you can do a whole lot of different stuff with this bait here. So guys, if you're ever in a situation where you're fishing around 6 to 12 foot of water, this bait here can get a lot of bites. And you know, those fish are moving on the bottom a lot. You know, they're transitioning to the backs of the creeks, backs of the pockets and stuff. So this bait here, even if you're fishing over a drain, let's say that's 17 to 15 foot deep, this is gonna be a perfect one because those fish are gonna be suspended up just a little bit off the bottom, and you can hit them right in the head with this here. Next up is going to be this Berkeley spinner bait right here. This one is special. So this is the compact spinner bait by Berkeley. It's a 1/2 ounce size, but it comes in like a 1/4 ounce size. So the head on this one is really small, but they use a nice compact design, which actually puts the weight across the hook shank and really allows you to throw this bait in really small target areas. So if you're fishing around docks, this is a great bait to start with. If you're fishing around shallow grass, let's say, or you're fishing laydowns, this is a great bait to get bit on. And not only that, another reason why I love it so much is it has smaller blades than most of the other spinner baits on the market. These blades are kind of like compact blades. Basically, this whole bait here is called the compact spinner bait because that skirt compacts really nicely. It's really skinny in the water. The blades put off a lot of pulse, but not a lot of flash. These are willow blades, 2 willow blades. Again, 1/2 ounce. This bait you can fish just about anywhere. Doesn't really matter. You can slow roll it near the bottom. You can burn it near the top. Great bait all year round, but especially during the springtime of the year, water temperature rising, shads rising up off the bottom and off their suspended patterns. So, you know, those fish are also looking upwards to feed. So that spinner bait there, I highly recommend fishing it near the top of the water column, around docks, submerged vegetation, hardwood and stuff like that. Next up, gotta have a jerk bait. This time of the year, I'm gonna be picking up a Jackal re-range. You know, those water temps are nice and warm now. Those fish definitely wanna chase bigger bait as they head back to spawn. So this one here, this isn't a bigger profile, but it puts off a bigger fish action. So this Jackal re-range here is a 110 size, so same as the Mega Bass. However, the cuts and the jerks on this one it will go super far left to right. So it's a very aggressive action. That's why I love it so much over the mega bass. The mega bass, it's a little more finessey to me, especially when those fish are in like high sky, bluebird skies, high pressure days. That's when I'll bring the mega bass out. If you're fishing pretty cloudy days, you know, you can fish this really any day, but it definitely shines in those cloudy days where those fish are being super active and want to key in on something that's really, really erratic. Now this one here is going to be the pearl blue shad. This is one of my favorites in the springtime. It's a very clear body, but it has a lot of reflection on it. So you can fish this in lightly stained water all the way to clear water. Super great for that. So go check this one out. Again, everything lakeprotackle.com, guys. Next up, this is gonna be the War Eagle finesse jigs. Now I'm not gonna go into a lot of details about which trailer you should put on here. I definitely prefer a chunk style trailer, especially in the early springtime, pre-spawn, spawn times. But this one here, it's a 1/2 ounce. I'm gonna fish this on the bottom, rocky points, fish it in and around stumps, timber. It's really good also. You can drag this just about anywhere. I highly recommend dragging it on the points. You know, I would say around 15-pound line is gonna be what I'm gonna be using. You know, you can go down to 12-pound line, you can go up to 17. I find 15 is a great medium between all those. If you're fishing really nasty stuff like those stumps and maybe like old docks and metal posts and stuff, definitely go up to 17. But you definitely want fluorocarbon on this one. It's gonna help that bottom contact a lot. I will say the hook is pretty strong on here. You can bend it out on certain things. You know, if you're stuck on a dock or a stump, you can bend this hook out, bend it right back. So no issues there. This one here, this color is gonna be the Pond Scum Perch. This is one of my favorite colors too, because it has a lot more of that lighter brown. It's got a little bit of blue, which imitates that molten craw color. And it's got a little green pumpkin in it. So it's got a huge mix of just about everything. Again, chunk style trailer works great. You know, if you put on something like a speed craw as well, works really well as well. So definitely check this one out by War Eagle. We've also got some finesse jigs by Santone, so go check those out as well. Last bait for the month of February, I'm gonna have a Jackal Flick Shake or some other wacky style worm. So this one here is a 6.8 size. This is in June bug, I believe. Yeah, June bug, this one here. So super great bait. You know, if you haven't fished a flick shake before, you definitely want to give it a try. You might want a little medium rod, maybe around a 7'2", 7'3" rod, 10-pound braid to around a 10-pound leader. I'm gonna be fishing these in and around stumps and docks. So any vertical cover that I can get on, I'm gonna be throwing this around it. Now I'm gonna match this up with the Jackal Wacky Jig Heads, and this is gonna be in the 1/8 ounce. This is a little bit heavier than I normally go, but that's because I wanna be very efficient on the water when I'm fishing it. You know, in the springtime, you've got to cover a ton of water just to find those better quality fish, because you're gonna be catching a lot of fish in that 1 to 2 pound range. You know, those males are gonna be easier to catch because there's such an abundance of them moving up shallow. So I'm gonna be burning a lot of water, and I want something that I can search around with a whole lot easier, like this heavier weight. You know, I can throw it in there, give it like 2-3 seconds, shake it a little bit, let it go back down, and I'm out. I'm gonna be moving on to the next piece of cover that I find. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more information, comment down below. If you aren't already, subscribe to the channel, follow our social media at Lake Pro Tackle, Instagram and Facebook. Guys, keep up with us there. We post drops on stuff we get in store, you know, awesome sales and stuff. Check it out. We're gonna be updating the website just a little bit to make sure you don't miss a beat on some of the sales we've got going on. So guys, thank you for watching. We will catch you next time at Lake Pro Tackle.